y'all. Welcome to ArkansasYarnCast. I'm Lori.
I'm Anneh.
I'm Jessica.
It's been a while since we saw y'all, and we're excited to be podcasting today from the home of Arkansas Yarn Company, which is in Malvern, Arkansas. And if you are anywhere near I-30, we're at exit 98B. And we literally are 3 minutes from the interstate. So you just take the exit and come straight, and you'll see our logo on the side of the building, and that's where you are. And we would love to have you come visit us. What you got on your needles, ladies?
I have a Musselburgh that I haven't really touched.
Why?
I don't know.
You have lost your knitting mojo?
I have just been...
It seems like it.
It does seem like
just
it.
haven't had the time to work on hardly anything.
Y'all, we have been so busy here at the store that we literally, I've hardly knitted anything. How about you?
I haven't had a whole lot of knitting time, so...
And I think the last true finished object that Anneh had was that headband.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Are you on knitting? Do you have lost your knitting mojo, or we just haven't had time because we've been so busy?
I think it's time. And so things have been busy here. Things have been busy at home.
They have.
But I did start. Did I start the Musselburgh?
Had to have been when I left, because you hadn't started it before I left.
I don't think our last podcast you had started it yet.
So, I mean, are we at that point? Did you already say?
Yeah, I was wondering what was on the needles, but while you're right there, can you grab that bag?
Which bag? Oh, under the...
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Please, and thank you. We'll talk about that in a minute.
So, I snagged a yarn that wasn't labeled or in the system or anything yet.
So, that's what happens here is a lot of times I'm not sure about a yarn, so I don't put it out. But it's so pretty, Anneh.
That is knitting up very nicely.
Yeah. And this had been like...
You did start that before I left for vacation, because then all the other ladies came into the shop and wanted to buy that yarn that you were knitting.
They did, and that's called It's a Bit Nippy Outside. Anneh named it. You did?
You named it. I tried to name it Van Gogh, and she said no. So then in the description, which I never changed, and I don't know that you ever read thoroughly, but I said I wanted to name it Van Gogh, but Lori wouldn't let me.
Oh my gosh, she's y'all too much. She's so much. But it's okay. I don't care. It's called It's a Bit Nippy Outside. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if we have any of that left, do we?
I don't know. It was rolling out.
It was going quick.
It flew. It literally flew. Here's the thing. I didn't like it.
Most of it sold before I could get it into the system.
Yeah.
That is exactly what happened. And that is what happens a lot of times. Mm-hmm. If I'm unsure about something and it sits in the back, the people who come here regularly, they shop from the back first. So they come in the back door, and then they're like looking around to see what there is. And, oh, this is new. What is this? Is this for us to buy? And it's kind of fun because we try to get yarn processed super quick so that people don't do that, particularly when we're doing something fun. So today, all of the Sock Yarn Society mystery boxes went out, and by the end of the week, when y'all see this podcast, the February one will have been for sale. But I try to get all of the yarn processed so that the people who are coming in the store, they don't see what the mystery yarn looks like. So
Yeah, so we had all 50 packages go out this morning.
We did.
And February 1st is tomorrow, so the listing will go up then, which means it'll be up by the time that everyone's seeing it, seeing the podcast. And hopefully we still have some for sale by the time this
I
comes
hope
out.
so. If you don't get it, I want to tell you, download our shopping app, because all of this Sock Yarn Society, anytime we have new yarn that's brand new to the store or brand new that I've dyed, we put it out to our app subscribers first so that they get first choices, and it almost always sells out before we get it out on social media. So if you want to be in the know, get the app.
So we do, as soon as we put something in the system, I usually will create a little push notification for the app users to
make sure your
see.
notifications are turned on, because Jessica sends a notification out.
No, I don't send out notifications often. I mean, we probably send out maybe like one a week. It's not like
If that.
You're not getting spammed.
You're not getting one a day.
We don't roll that way.
You're not getting like 2 or 3 a day. I mean, it's not nearly that much.
Although sometimes we have sent 2 in one day, and that was a correction. So it very rarely happens. So much like our newsletter, we don't just send a ton of things out daily. We're not that's not how we roll.
That's all stuff that we have to do ourselves, and it takes a lot of time to do it, so we don't do it every day.
Yeah, we have to do it ourselves. We don't have automation. We don't have automation. We don't have workers.
We have us.
Just us. We have us.
We're workers.
We are the dyer.
We're working our asses off.
I am the dyer. They are the workers. Actually, all of us are the workers. And if you see yarn that's twisted beautifully, they've done it, because they literally take it out of my hands and redo it. They don't let me. Even though I taught both of them how to do it.
Well, she taught me how to do it, and I improved on it, and then I taught Anneh how to do it.
Improved? Oh my gosh. I should have spanked her more when she was little.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. Anneh is always down for Jessica getting a spanking.
Anneh is always down for causing somebody to get in trouble.
She loves getting Jessica in trouble. I mean, it's like she lives for it.
I also live to laugh at things.
Usually Jessica getting in trouble.
So are you working on anything else, Anneh?
Not exactly.
No.
Well, there's that sweater with all the balls.
I have the sweater, and
Did you work on it?
No. And then I have the Stephen West, that last one, the shawlography. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I
There's no judging.
I held the bag in my hands.
Yay.
That's good.
Your Musselburgh is looking really pretty.
I like it.
The colors are really... Unfortunately, it's a non-repeatable color, because I was going for something else and
didn't like it.
Sometimes, no, actually, it was supposed to be a purple. And when I put the yarn, when I added the yarn to the dye, it was supposed to be purple, but it was blue. And it literally it literally came up blue. And
I see like some grape kind of breakage.
And I gave some speckles to that, but I don't know why it just popped blue. And so I thought, well, since I have blue on it, I'll just add some more speckles to it. And I don't really like it. And also I had a whole bunch of it. I had it on 3 different bases, 5 each, because I was testing it to see if I liked it. And it turned out it's beautiful. It's really pretty. So we're getting snow.
We better be getting snow.
Like on Thursday, you're going to see this on
snow.
Saturday. I think we're getting freezing ice.
We're not going to get
Ice
snow.
rain. We're getting freezing rain.
They got snow while I was on vacation.
When we get freezing rain, we lose power because we have a lot of trees. There's a ton of trees here. And so we're probably going to lose power. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem, I think.
Oh, my little app has a snowflake again.
Yes.
This morning, the snowflake was gone.
It's kind of, there's a great big Arctic pressure system coming, and it doesn't really know what they can't, I think the meteorologist said that can't predict the Arctic stuff.
Hmm.
So I watched the whole thing. It was interesting to me.
So they got snow while I was on vacation.
We did.
I always.
It didn't even last.
It's notorious that I always miss the first snow of the season.
You shouldn't have been gone.
Wherever I am, I always miss the first snow of the season.
You should not have been gone. You should have, if you had been here with us, right,
yeah.
you would have had snow.
Well, the one
and
day
it was your birthday.
The one day we were, no, it wasn't on my birthday.
No, but it was around your birthday.
Yeah. But the one day we were supposed to get snow before I left, we didn't get snow.
I showed a lady, this lovely lady came in, and she just was such a nice person, and we were enjoying talking with her.
We were.
And we were just...
And it was Bria.
Yeah. We were just like talking about all sorts of stuff. And then we were talking about our interactions and stuff.
And how sad we weren't that she didn't get to meet Jessica.
And then I was like, oh, I think I have a video to show you what Jessica looks like. And I brought up that owl.
Yes.
The two owls.
There's two owls, and one's like crazy, and that's Anneh. And then there's another one that literally is sitting and facing straight ahead, and the other one is like... And the other one never does anything but blink, which is Anneh and Jessica. It's true.
It is.
So, what you working on?
I am currently working on my second sock of the, I want to say this is New Year's Dance Party, or New Year's Dance Off, I think is what this one was called. I finished the one. That I was working on during the last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
This is the vanilla is the new black sock pattern. It's written as a long leg sock, but I don't generally do those. So I made it just the cuff, and then I went directly into the heel. I've actually really enjoyed this. I like that. I like that it is written for 60 stitches.
The heel is beautiful.
But it's written for 60 stitches because the designer made it on a 1.5 US 1.5 needle.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing the 60 stitches on a US 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually really think I really enjoy the way that fits. And I like this heel because it's not... It's gonna fit my heel a little bit more like a heel flap and gusset would, but without the gusset pickup.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no picking up of stitches because it's just increasing and then a heel turn that decreases your stitches.
That heel is beautiful.
I think it's really nice. I'm excited.
Did you like the way it fit your foot?
I haven't worn them yet.
But when you tried it on?
I did put it on. I like the way that it fits my foot. I like the way that the heel fits. And I'm hoping that the 60 stitches fits a little bit better than the 64, because I find by the end of the day, my 64 stitch socks are wanting to slide around on my foot. They sag a little bit.
What I like about this heel is it's flat on the bottom, and then you have where it turns is the design. And I think comfort wise that's going to feel great, because I was thinking you were stepping on this ribbing section, and I think that I like that it's not, that you're not. I think it's really pretty.
Is that something that can be done toe up?
She does have a toe up version of the pattern.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so I've been working on those. And then the other thing that I've been working on,
I'm so excited about this,
is my Rad Vent Cardigan. So here's the back. I have done both sleeves and I have grafted them together. And then, so now I am on the ribbing on the bottom, and I'm very close to being finished with the ribbing, but it's twisted rib flat, which means on the wrong side I have to purl through the back loop, and that's annoying. But this is my sweater.
I feel like this is going to fit your mother better than you.
And so this
I
is the
love
front.
it. What's happening up here?
So those are stitches on hold so that when I go to pick up the neckband, they're
Yes.
already live stitches and I don't have to pick them up.
How wide do you make this?
Not very wide. I'm starting to run out of yarn. So it's not going to be very wide.
Yeah, there's more in that ball than you think.
Oh,
though.
I know.
I love this.
I really enjoy the way that it is coming out. I really like all of my colors.
Yes.
And I don't mind the patchiness of it. I think it looks really pretty.
I love this section right here, and I love this section right here. They're so
the
pretty.
two pink sections.
The two. It's super pretty, Jessica. I love it. I'm really jealous because I want to do that pattern, but I want to do mine in something along the lines of like my Mama Vertebrae, where it's all one. I want to do all one color and not a bunch of different colors. I just want to knit it in something like this. So
what have you been working on?
I've been working on some things. I have a finished object. And I have been working on your dad's socks. Y'all, these seem like they're so long, but then I put them up next to his last year's pair, and they're not quite going to be big enough yet. So on this little turkey is row not row, what am I
Color.
saying? Block 30, and I originally thought I would do these in 33 stripes is what I'm talking about, stripes. I was thinking I would do these in 33 stripes because we've been married 33 years, and then so that's my plan. Still, that's my plan. I was going to abandon that if they were long enough. He knows how long we've been married. He doesn't need a pair of socks to tell him that, but it's true.
No, but he'll enjoy it.
I like the symbolism of it, but I think that I'm gonna need to make the cuff a little bit. I might make that a little bit longer, just so that he has. So I've made a lot of progress on this because I started that turkey progress keeper that Anneh gave us for Thanksgiving. That was down here. So I have made some progress. And in addition to my finished object, I worked on these. And then Lindsay from Always Yarn First is like all of a sudden cranking out her Mama Vertebrae sweater. And she did not know this, but I was racing her. And she had it at the store today.
Well, she's gonna win.
She's
gonna win.
She's gonna win. So, and that's because I backed up my cuff because I didn't like my cuff. I'm all the way. Let's see if I can get this for y'all. So I'm doing my sleeves 2 at a time on Magic Loop, which I love because they're gonna be the same length and everything, same tension, everything. So I'm super excited about that. But this is what it looks like. I'm super excited about it. I love it. I love every single thing about it. It fits. I have to finish up my cuff. I need to go down a needle size. And I was just looking on here, and I'm fairly certain that that says size 3.
Yep.
I think I'm going to go down to a 1.5.
I would go down to a 2. That would be 2 sizes smaller.
A 3
Or to a 2.
is a 1 size smaller.
It's 2 sizes smaller because there's a 2.5.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do. I have to go down the needle size at least for my cuff because it just looked too open and messy. So I ripped back about the 10 rows that I had done on that. So, and I'm doing that in 1x1 twisted rib because that's my favorite ribbing. And then on the bottom in the back, I did a seed stitch as my border, and then through the front and the neck, and this is the Mama Vertebrae is literally a sweater that doesn't have a front. So I am going to give it, I really love the seed stitch border, so I'm going to do that on here. And I'm probably going to do it about the same width as my hem. Mm-hmm. Just because it'll look pretty that way. I love it. It's so pretty. And then I'm going to do that Imitation I-cord bind off. It's so stretchy. I love it. I have a YouTube tutorial on it that somebody else made that I have to watch every time I'm ready to do it. But it's a really, really nice, stretchy bind off. And it has just a teeny bit of a rolled edge to it. It doesn't really look like an Imitation I-cord bind off, but it's gorgeous. And then I finished a project.
You finished something.
Yeah, do you have a finished project?
I do, but go ahead and show yours.
Do you have a finished project? I'm the winner. So, I think, did you send me this? I might have been scrolling on Instagram.
You sent it to me.
I was scrolling on Instagram. Actually, I was scrolling on Facebook. And I follow some, I think it was, I'm fairly certain it was called Knit and Chat, the Facebook group Knit and Chat, or maybe it was Knitting Addiction Facebook group, I don't know. And I saw this hat pattern and I sent a picture of it to Jessica because I had to have it. This is from Giuntoli, and she made a pattern for a mail carrier hat, and it is so beautiful, and I had to have it. And there's this teeny little bitty letter with a little heart on it, beginning of the round marker. It is so pretty. And
showed them last time.
Yeah, Jessica put it up there for you last time, and I love it. And so, I don't know. So anyway, I did this, and y'all know what? Our mail carrier is on vacation till Thursday. So I was hoping that we would be able to, give it to him before we got the snow and the bad weather. But anyway, we did not. So anyway, there's that. But this is...
Yeah, it's what you have in front of you.
The mailman. The mail carrier hat. And I love it. And so it was really hard to find these patches. And so I asked my mail carrier, Doug, if he had any. I didn't really want to tell him what it was about, but I asked him. And the very next day, he brought me a shirt that had the patch on it, and I just pulled it off. But I love the way it turned out. It's super pretty. This was a pleasure to knit. It was very enjoyable. Nice. And then I sewed the patch on, and I just love it. So I'm looking for more of these patches because my home mail carrier needs to have one. And then we have a couple of substitutes that fill in for Doug. And I think they are. And they never complain about all the packages they're picking up here. So it would be really nice if we could do a couple for them. So I'm probably going to have to dye my own yarn for the next batch of it. It's a DK weight, but I loved it. So I got that done.
Yeah, it turned out good.
Yes. So I'm super proud.
So I have a finished pair of socks. So Lucas and I, we went on vacation a couple weeks ago now. And so for my birthday, Lucas got us tickets to go see the Seattle Kraken play the Dallas Stars in Dallas hockey. Mm-hmm. And so we were going to the game for my birthday, and then we were going to visit his family in South Carolina for the rest of the week. And I decided that I wanted to make us masks, because we had to wear masks at the game. So I wanted to make us masks out of some Seattle Kraken fabric, and because I had to order it online, I had to order it from Joann's. They have a 2-yard minimum to order fabric online, so I ended up with extra fabric, so I made myself a little sock bag
That's so cute.
to take to the game
I love the orange cord.
out of the extra fabric that I had.
It's too bad you didn't get red.
I couldn't find red.
Oh.
I really wanted red. And then I also had wound up some other Night Owl Fibers sock yarn, and I cast on another Vanilla is the New Black sock, so that I had a full foot to work on at the game.
Yeah.
Because I was already about halfway through the foot on this one when we went to the game, and so I didn't know how much I'd be able to get done at the game. So I wanted a full foot to work on after the heel turn. So I ended up finishing this pair, and they're pretty darn close.
They're good.
I end up doing fairly well about getting my socks to match pretty closely.
Yeah. Good
so
job.
I have a finished pair of socks.
Yay.
Out of the Vanilla's the New Black pattern.
Is that your go-to pattern now, or since you're doing a second pair?
So I actually ended up getting several of this designer's patterns because I really like the way that this heel knits up. So she actually uses this heel in all of her patterns.
Oh, nice.
So I ended up getting some of her other patterns, which I'm pulling up Ravelry so that I can tell you what her name is.
Didn't you have a knitting experience at the game?
So, and I get this a lot, and I'm sure the rest of you do too.
We all do, right?
In certain areas, people either think that you're knitting or you're crocheting, because that's what that area knows.
Yes. I think so.
And so we were at the game, and I had brought my sock. I had brought my socks, and I was working on my socks at the game. And we were sitting next to a couple that started talking to Lucas while we were waiting for the game to start. And so we were talking to him, and he's talking to Lucas about some things, and then they stop talking, and then he looks over at Lucas and he says, "What are the odds that there's 2 people in this arena knitting?" And so I was knitting, and then probably 3 people down from this gentleman on the other side was this girl that was crocheting. And Lucas
Apparently
says,
the odds are slim.
well, and so
Yes.
Lucas says to the guy, well, she takes her knitting with her everywhere, because, and I said to the guy, I don't like to sit idle.
Me either.
So if I'm waiting, I generally have a small project like a pair of socks that I can work on, because it's something that I can pick up and put down. It's not something I really have to pay attention to.
Right.
And it's the same thing for when I'm working on something at home and I'm watching TV or I'm watching a movie that I really want to pay attention to. I have a project that is mindless that I can just work
Or
on.
when we're in a Mexican restaurant and we don't want to eat like 5 bowls of chips,
Yes.
we knit so we don't eat.
So the designer's name, the designer's name is, I believe I'm pronouncing this right, Anneh Fletcher. It's Anneh.
Interesting.
Which I would assume is Anneh.
Mm-hmm.
But she has, like, all of her sock patterns have this style of heel.
Her socks are gorgeous.
Her sock patterns are really nice, and I'm excited to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them are ribbed in the way that the heel increases, but they all have that increased triangle and then a heel turn. So I did get several of this lady's patterns that I am going to use for my my sock goal this year.
Awesome.
Since I have a lot of sock yarn at home that I need to go through.
We do have a lot of sock yarn. Is it okay if I talk about Lindsay and our knit along?
I think so.
So, with the Sock Yarn Society, so the Sock Yarn Society is sock yarn. It's always going to be my fingering weight base. That's the reason why I put it in the logo. For that is Sock Yarn Society. And so Lindsay Miller from Always Yarn First, that's her podcast name, that's her Insta name. She is buying the Sock Yarn Society every month. And with that, we are going to do a chevron knit along, make along. So the nice thing about chevrons is that you can crochet them or knit them and they look similar. And so it's called the chevron year itch, like 7 year itch.
That's cute.
Chevron year itch. And there's a hashtag. It's just ours. It's not been used before. Chevron year itch. We would love it if you would join us in our make-along. It's a year long. So it's going to start January 1st. February 1st.
February. So basically it's February 22 through January 23.
Yes. So we would love it if you would join us. I'm going to be hosting it over on my Ravelry. And we are going to, Lindsay and myself and a couple of other people are going to hold our Sock Yarn Society double and make a chevron blanket. And we would love it if y'all could join us with it, because it'll be so much fun. Now, I don't have it up on my Ravelry yet. Maybe by the time the podcast airs, we will have that done and have all the specifics. But follow Always Yarn First is Lindsay, and then of course y'all are following us, so you'll be able to get more information. Will be coming out soon about it, and we would love to have you join us with it.
So do they have to use the Sock Yarn Society yarn?
No, you do not have to use the Sock Yarn Society. You have to, you can use anything. It can be a worsted weight, chevron, it can be blanket.
So it just has to be a chevron blanket.
It just has to be a chevron blanket.
They can use any yarn they want.
Yes. But if you use my yarn, you get to double dip. And so you get two.
Would the northeasterly count?
What do you mean?
The blanket, the north.
Oh, yeah, it's chevron.
Because it's chevron,
Yes.
But it's not like a traditional chevron.
Right. Yes.
It's a cool blanket.
It is a cool blanket. I actually owned that pattern because I've been wanting to do it, but I'm actually going to do, I personally am going to do the Masani. I've already done one. I have it hanging in my house on my rocking chair, but that one, I love it. And so I'm going to do that one again. I really enjoy that one. But I actually am using my own Sock Yarn Society yarn with it as well. I'm always going to dye one extra for me, and I plan on using that. So it's kind of fun. We're really excited. One of the things we really want to do this year is step up our Ravelry game and our Ravelry presence and do more things. And then we're wanting to step up our class game. And so we're
coming along on that.
Yes.
We've got 2 new classes up at the moment for February.
Yes.
I will be teaching a cast-on workshop. So I am going to go through, and I've decided, because after I was looking through the list of all of the different cast-ons that I find are good to know, I have separated it into 2 parts. So the first part is going to be the February 12th, and it's going to end up being short tail and long tail cast-ons. And then part 2 is going to be more specialty type cast-ons, like provisionals and Turkish cast-on and that kind of thing.
And when you would use those.
Yes,
Like,
and so
what's
that's
their purpose would be?
They're making fun of me because if y'all got our newsletter, it says what their purpose is, and I thought THEIR did belong to a person, like their house. So
It's the
they
yarn's
overrode
purpose.
me. They overrode me. So if it's incorrect, please feel free to tell the ladies that it's incorrect.
But if it's correct, please feel free to tell us all that it's correct.
Okay, so we don't really need to say all of that salty stuff in the wound, but if I'm right, let me know.
Only if she's right.
But only if I'm right. That's right.
And then on the 19th, we're doing, Lindsay is going to come in with her daughter Ysolda, and they are going to teach an advanced beginner crochet class.
Which is super exciting. We have been needing it, and so I think I'm super excited to have Ysolda and Lindsay come over and do the class for us. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's definitely filling a void that we've neglected. So we're working on that, and then there's going to be some other things coming up. Some amigurumi. I think I say that wrong.
I think that was right.
Amigurumi or amigurumi?
I think it's amigurumi.
I say ama because I'm Southern. It's amigurumi. And so we're excited to have some of that. There, a lot of the younger girls really are enjoying doing that. So it's a great way to bring in a more youthful presence into the store. And so we're excited about that.
I would love to learn to do that. I don't.
Are you
think, though,
youthful?
that, since I'm getting called someone's mother.
Somebody called you a mother?
Yes.
Her mother?
Yes.
That's so wrong. But I'm glad it was.
It happens.
It happens, actually. It happens a lot. She grunts.
Look at my child's beautiful hair, though, today.
Yes. Girl, you sure know how to make a beautiful child.
I do.
I think it needs to be cut again. It's starting to weigh down on the top.
Yeah. Mom, I need a haircut.
I've told you I would do that.
And I have told you that somebody likes to use the phrase snatch you bald.
I do that. One time Jessica came home and the whole side of her head was shaved.
Okay, so I came home to visit.
She did. Like, she didn't live with us anymore. We were empty
She was
nesters.
an adult woman.
She was sort of an adult. She was like
I was
19.
an adult woman.
She was like
She's
19.
older than that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was so furious.
In fact, I was 21.
I was so furious. And I was like, Jessica, Nicole, if you weren't already half bald, I would snatch you bald.
I mean, it would have made your work easier.
Oh, I was so mad. I did not like it one bit. I mean,
It
she has
felt so
beautiful
good.
hair.
Felt so good.
It didn't look so good. I didn't like it. I didn't like it because your hair is beautiful.
Yeah, well, you are also of the mindset of if my daughter is not bright blonde, then I'm not happy.
That's not true.
Not
I made you
anymore.
this color.
Not anymore. You were.
Well,
the
we're
entire
blonde.
time I was in high school.
Well, we're blonde. So we have our differences.
Evidently.
Yeah. So I was wondering, like, do y'all have, do you do other things besides knitting? Do you knit and crochet? Do you crochet and cross stitch? Or like, do you do other things? I
like to
foraged.
cross-stitch.
Do you?
Yeah.
I haven't done that because the little holes are too little.
You foraged?
I forayed into the land of candle making last week.
I thought you were saying foraged, and I was like, are we going for
No,
mushrooms or
I
something?
don't forage for anything
Wait, what about
because
shroom hunting?
I would love to.
I think the fall is the time to do that.
We need to get pigs for that.
Truffle hunting.
My family used to go in Texas. They used to go looking for morel mushrooms, and then my grandma would fry them. It was so good. So, yeah,
mushrooms.
I do too. And then when we lived in Virginia, we had gorgeous hen of the woods. And I don't know, Scott decided he was going to try some, and he cooked them and ate them, but he didn't have, it kind of made him have an upset stomach. So I don't know if we did something wrong.
Well, they may not have been hen of the woods.
I think they were hen of the woods,
When
but they were gorgeous.
When Jesse and I first moved to Arkansas, some very nice fella that we met the day prior to this particular event came over, and he was like, "Hey, I'll show you around the area." So
How
we
nice.
got in the car with this virtual stranger, and
I was going to say stranger.
and
Stranger
he was driving us all over the place and telling us stories from his childhood.
Did he take you in the woods?
He did. So
Did you feel like you were about to be murdered?
No, he was a very nice man, and he showed like the good spots to go metal detecting, which I always thought would be fun.
I think so too.
And then he stops and he gets out of the car and he goes and pulls a weed.
His big gun out of the trunk.
He goes and pulls a weed out of the woods and puts it in the car. He's like, "Here, smell this." And we're smelling it, and he says, "That's pokeweed." And he's like, "This is edible, but you have to cook it
You do.
like 5 times and pour the water off each time." And my husband was like, "Well, I wonder how the people turned out that had to test it after 1 boil and 2 boils."
We probably ought to cook. You're sick to your stomach. Maybe we should cook it longer.
Yeah, like who
I mean,
then says, "Well, let's try again, but add another boil."
And,
Well,
maybe we have to cook it 4 times.
You know, I think the same thing about things like the cassava flour that people are using instead of like wheat flour. It's and I can't remember the name of the plant that it comes from, but this is like the root of it, and you have to cook it a certain way and grind it up, otherwise it's poisonous raw.
So, yeah, or that fish.
Yeah, so like puffer fish.
Yeah, that you have to. There's like a
There's
small.
a specific way that you have to cut it, and you have to be certified.
It can't be that good.
Like,
It can't be that good that
But who-
it kills you if it's not done right.
yes, but who found out the right way to do it?
Who cared enough to continue it?
How many people died trying to get there?
Like this puffer fish gotta be good.
I'm sorry.
It's worth it.
There's not anything that good. There's nothing that good for me. No.
I mean, it's different.
And also, I don't really like going out into the woods for stuff. People get killed in the woods. I don't like going into
You
So-
the
also get killed on the sidewalk.
So what other crafting do you do besides knitting?
So,
Minimal crochet.
I do minimal crochet. I did a little candle making. That was a lot of fun. And I can see more of that in my future. I enjoy that very much. In fact, I'm going to get better equipment for doing it because I didn't really like using my stove. And then I also make bags. And I also will tell you that Jessica, I did want to bring this up. So Jessica made this little bag. And you know, last time we talked about the fabric that we got, and we were going to make some little kits with bags. I want to be clear with people, we are not bag makers. And this is not going to be something that we do all the time, and we're not going to carry our knick-knack knits bags because we are.
We don't have enough time.
We don't have enough time to do all of that, but we wanted to do something as a treat for you that had yarn that matched it exactly. And so
We wanted to do a special kit.
we did. So we are not going to be bag makers, and we are continuing to have Knick-Knack Knits bags in our store and our birdling bags in our store. And so we're not going to be doing that as part of our business. It's just an every now and then with our logo on it. But I do
you
also
sew.
make little bags.
So you sew.
This is actually my pattern that Jessica did. So I do sew. And I have also done quilting, and I have an embroidery machine. So and I have an entire wall full of embroidery, embroidery machine embroidery, and I did do quilting. What else do I do, Jessa?
Well, you did some candy making for a little while.
I did make lollipops,
And
and then I made the
truffles.
molds. Yes. So I like to do that kind of thing. How about you?
Yeah.
You sew.
Yeah, I have a sewing machine. I
You've
don't
made
do
bags.
a lot.
A pedal-led
Yeah.
sewing machine.
But that's cool.
It is really cool.
My other one broke on me. And then I do like to do the cross stitch. The last cross stitch though I did was almost in February. It will be 2 years since I did cross stitch. I did like a remake of one that my grandma had done.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad had found the magazine that she had used in their basement. And so I got the stuff and made one for him because I wanted to keep grandma's.
Oh, I love that.
So I made one for Dad.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. And then
You do flower arranging.
Mhm.
I do flower arranging.
That one's fun.
You also loom
You loom.
a little bit.
Right now I'm into walking again.
Yeah, she's been walking.
I think you need to learn how to knit and walk. I think that's where
I
all
have
your
done
time
that.
has been.
Yeah,
have knitted
you've
and
been
walked.
walking a lot lately. How about you? Do you like to do?
Um,
I do also like to make bread.
I like to eat bread.
I love to make homemade
love
bread.
to eat bread.
I love to eat bread too. I think that's why my butt is big. I love to eat bread.
So I basically just knit. I have gotten a little bit, I've done a little bit of hand embroidery. I learned how to sew on a modern sewing machine when I was a kid. And so it was just very basic stuff, kind of how to cut out based on a pattern a little bit, and just a little bit of basic straight stitch sewing, nothing fancy. I have thought about picking up a little bit of cross stitch. I have started to pick up a little bit of crochet. And I definitely want to try the amigurumi, because that is really popular right now.
Also, all three of us do resin.
Yeah, we do a little bit of resin. But recently, and when I say recently, I mean very recently.
Like last Friday.
Like the last 2 Fridays.
Yes. It has been 2
I
Fridays now.
have started quilting. Which, if you follow me on Instagram, I did post a picture of my first quilt block.
It's so pretty.
So we are learning what they call strip quilting.
I think so.
I think is what they're calling it, is strip quilting, where you cut all of your fabric into strips, and then you sew the strips together in the pattern that it's supposed to be, and then you cut
them.
pieces out, and then you sew those pieces together. So this is 3 different strips.
I think it's gorgeous.
3 different sets of strips sewn together. And it did turn out really well. I'm super excited
Your
about it.
seams look perfect.
They're close. They're not quite perfect, but I'm really enjoying this oriental floral fabric that I picked out. It's got a little bit of gold thread in it, and then my background color is this black with silver thread in it. So I'm really excited about this. I'm excited to learn
I
it.
love the black fabric. It's gorgeous. And what y'all don't see in the video that you can see in person is how these swirl. It's just gorgeous.
So you could kind of see it a little bit when I got close to the iPad.
Jessica, they look excellent. You did a good job.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it's turning out nice.
It's beautiful.
The finished quilt, so at the end of the 8 weeks of this class, I will have a finished lap quilt that is going to be 61 inches square.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's cutting into a lot of your knitting time because
It is.
you have homework.
I have already started thinking of what I want to do next with the quilting.
It happens.
It's the same problem that I have with my knitting is I always am thinking like, okay, what do I want to start on next?
Yes.
Before I've even finished working on what
You
I'm
need to start on entrelock so we can learn it.
But one of the things that they have at the quilt shop that I was interested in is they have this idea of a quick 3-yard quilt.
Oh.
So you buy 1 yard each of 3 different fabrics, and then there's this lady who made several of these books. They're small little quilt pattern books, and they make like a little lap throw, like a couch throw quilt. And it's supposed to be, the 3 yards is enough to make the whole quilt top.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to buy the fabric to make the backer to quilt it. But I thought that might be nice for some gifts this year.
Oh yeah, that would be very nice.
Would be like a little
I
lap,
like pink.
little lap
Do you?
quilt.
Anna likes blue.
You're getting brown.
Oh no, she would never give me brown.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that think brown and pink look good together.
Y'all, do you think that you should run a gorgeous color of pink with brown? Because I don't. No.
It just gives the pink like more time to shine.
No, it doesn't. No pink and brown together. No. Do we have acquisitions?
I think we've got a couple of acquisitions.
I think we have a couple of acquisitions. I have an acquisition. My friend over at the Lopsided Crafter dyed her very first skein, it's her first run of self-striping yarn. And I was lucky enough to get in on her order. And she dyed this gorgeous, and y'all, I want you to know that this is it's almost the color of the yellow of the Conversation Hearts. It's so pretty. So it's kind of
soft pale yellow.
It's a very soft pale yellow, a white, a hot pink, a light pink. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's called Alice. And this is on her fingering weight base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 437 yards. And it's called Be My Valentine. This is her Alice base. And the colorway is called Be My Valentine. And it was dyed on 1/23/22. She puts the date on the back of when it was dyed. And all of her bases are named after inspirational women in her life, which I love that. And Alice was her great-grandmother who taught her to crochet in 1980. So take a trip over to the Lopsided Crafter. Erica is one of my sweetest friends. We love her yarn. I can't tell you how soft it is. I think Jessica she's going to be taking this and knitting with it. So are you going to knit me some socks?
I might knit you some socks out of that.
I think, yeah. Well, that'd be sweet. It's like, that's a good deal for me and a good deal for you.
I have been contemplating doing some self-striping yarn. Dyeing some self-striping yarn.
And we're not doing that as a business. But she wants to play with it.
Yeah.
So if we do a self-striping yarn, it's going to be a Anneh project, not mine. So the girls may end up doing that.
I feel like we'd have to do it after hours when you wouldn't be watching.
Why do you think that?
No reason.
No reason? Do you think I might be bossy?
No. No.
Oh, well, now that we cleared that part up.
Never bossy.
And then, so that's my only acquisition. Well, actually, I had the same acquisition that the girls do as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're waiting to get to a spot that they can stop so we can show you.
Well, Anna could have stopped.
I could have.
So,
I was at a marker.
my sweet friend over at Tiddly Bakes, Kayla, made these special for us. I contacted her and I special ordered these for the three of us. And they're particularly special to Jessica and myself, and I think Anna as well, because Scott loves chocolate covered cherries. And Anna has given him a box of them as a gift, and then I bought us these Progress Keepers because they're so precious.
And they're really well done.
And they look so real. I cannot even tell you.
I'm using mine as a
It's a true
progress.
progress.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
They look so real.
it looks like if you had taken a knife and cut the chocolate in half,
Yes.
and
And just missed the cherry.
just missed the cherry.
I mean, it looks identical to the Cello chocolate cherries, where there's the clear cherry liquid cordial in the middle. They look so real. She also made us something else that we can't show, but she is so uber talented.
So
Tiddly
talented,
Bakes, Tiddly Bakes, Tiddly Bakes. Oh yeah,
Little
thanks,
yellow.
Anna. She's so beyond talented. So go over to her website and take a look. You can find her on Instagram. She's so talented. I love all of her things. It's hard not to buy all the things because they're amazing.
I wanted to buy myself some chocolate covered cherries last week, I think it was, and I actually couldn't find any where I was at.
I think you have to wait a little bit till we get a little bit closer to Easter at this point.
I was thinking they were like,
What someone needs to
Valentine.
make, Kayla, you need to make us some Cadbury eggs with, like having a chunk of the chocolate out and some of that stuff oozing out, but it's the middle of the Cadbury egg. That would be awesome. No, it wouldn't. I know what she's gonna say. She's gonna say Russell Stover. And stop. Was it last year?
It was the year before.
Yeah, I think it was the year before. Okay, so I like to get us treats. And
She does.
so
She's very generous.
when before the coffee shop ended up on the other end of this,
No, it was just after they opened down
Was
there.
it?
Yeah.
I think it might have been.
did they open last year?
Well, then it might have been last April. We've had
So-
several of them since.
I now mostly get the what are those cake pops from the coffee shop.
They're delicious.
But I had been getting whenever those little Russell Stover egg looking things would be
They were-
around.
yeah,
The
like the
Russell
raspberry
Stovers,
eggs.
whenever they come out,
Yeah.
no matter what holiday it is.
But it's like they're only really around for a holiday, it seems like.
Mhm.
So I would get, like the raspberry ones. I really love the raspberry ones.
I like the raspberry ones too, but not anymore.
So I came back,
Distributed.
She
distributed,
doled them out.
and then we're chomping away, and Lori looks like she's about to hurl. And she had a hair in hers.
In the chocolate.
All up
I
in
mean,
that.
like, the chocolate was hard and the hair was stuck in the middle. And part of the hair was gone. And I was gagging and
So-
gagging and gagging.
You really don't want to know how many things is allowed to be in
I
the
don't care.
chocolate.
I don't like that one bit at all. I was gagging. I was crying. Anna comes over and tiptoes over and grabs it and takes it and goes and throws it in the trash so that I'll stop gagging.
She was stuck.
And Jessica said, she'll never eat that again.
And she hasn't.
No,
I've brought it.
no.
I think I haven't brought them lately.
I will never eat that
Are
again.
they out right now?
Yes, but not raspberry.
I will never eat those again. That was so disgusting. Ugh.
I don't know why I'm asking. I can't have candy right now.
You won't get another chance till, I don't know.
Well,
So Lucas and I, we do a diet every year, the Whole30 diet. So we cut out grains,
all the good stuff.
grains, sugars, legumes, alcohol,
Sugars.
So grain, alcohol, legumes, sugar, and dairy. So it's 5 things that you cut out of your diet.
Golly, there's nothing
For
good
30
left.
days. You have fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
So no sugar, no syrups, no sugar, no.
Hope you don't mind that I'm having some wine next to you.
So we started yesterday. We usually do it in January, but we decided since we were going on vacation, we weren't going to do it in January. We were going to start it for February, and because it's a full 30 days, and Fat Tuesday is March 2nd this year.
Yes, it's late.
We decided to start 2 days before February 1st so that we could get our full 30 days in before Fat Tuesday. And so we started yesterday, and yesterday, like all day long yesterday, I was wanting to snack. And we haven't like really gone shopping yet for all of the things that we're gonna need. We've got some things, because it really is an easy diet. You have meat, you have vegetables, you have your spices, as long as there's no sugar in your spices. And you've got fruits, and so it really is an easy diet. You just have to actually cook, which is the hard part.
I agree.
Is actually cooking stuff. So, yesterday, like all day, I was wanting to snack on something, and finally I ended up cutting open an apple and eating the apple. In fact, I asked Lucas to get more apples today.
What'd you get? I like Honeycrisp.
I like Fuji apples. They're a little bit sweeter, and it kind of satisfies my craving for sweetness.
I also like Pink Ladies because I like the tartness of it, and it satisfies that want for sour.
The other thing that's really been helping recently in general, is I got this tea from Teague. It's called licorice and peppermint, and it's got a sweetness to it,
Anneh,
without being sweetened, which is nice.
Anneh, your face. Is it the licorice part?
Anneh doesn't do licorice.
It actually didn't taste like licorice
It
to me.
absolutely tasted powerfully of licorice.
I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
But it has a very nice sweetness to it.
Anneh was like gagging. And she's like, I'm dying. And we're like, you're not dying. Just swallow.
I was about to feed a baby bird.
Yeah, she's Anneh's funny.
But so our coffee shop carries this Teague's tea brand, and I actually have really enjoyed their tea.
It's good.
I'm thinking about ordering some of their other flavors off of their website.
Yeah.
So that I can.
Maybe you should just go down there and say.
They don't have a whole lot.
Well, you could say get rid of the licorice option and bring in these other options.
See, Mason also likes the licorice one. He's the one that recommended it to me.
Oh, man. I can't. Licorice, anything licorice, even if it's like way down in the ingredients list. In fact, I wonder where that one is in the... anyway, so...
It's licorice and peppermint.
Oh.
That's all that it is.
So
It's not way down.
I've had some where it's like a whole bunch of different, herbs.
Like they
and
snuck it
whatever,
in?
and then it will be like, boop, way down there. List, boop. So I taste it always. I'm just...
That's how Jessica is with cucumber.
That is exactly how I am with cucumber.
Yes.
Yeah, except for that's not legit.
If somebody had put cucumber on a sandwich and then taken it off, I would still be able to taste the cucumber on the sandwich.
There was no cucumber in that.
I feel
There
that
is
way.
cucumber in
I feel that
sandwich.
way with raw onion. I do not like raw onion. I don't like it on anything. But I will eat onion rings, but I do not want
You
raw
like
onion.
your onion cooked.
I do.
You know, the one thing I don't like about onion rings, I love onion rings, but I don't like that sometimes when you bite one,
The whole thing comes out.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and then
'cause
you're
you're-
stuck with shell.
I cut them. I cut them in half.
oh, yeah, sure. That seems reasonable.
It is reasonable. It's easier to eat that
I
way.
guess so. I
Wait.
just always figured that's a finger food.
Oh. No, it probably is.
Hmm.
I just like to cut them in half.
Yeah, so that you don't get.
Onion hanging down your chin. Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
I'll try that.
It's easy.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if I have
You're at
onion
Sonic.
rings in my freezer.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Jessie had been getting them.
I love onion rings. I'm trying not to eat that kind of stuff right now.
I can't eat it right now.
I'm actually trying to lose a little bit of weight as well. Just to be a little bit healthier.
I'm walking.
You are walking. And it's like my phone said I'm fat. I'm like,
It
Anna, your
did.
phone didn't say you're fat.
Your
It
phone
said-
did not say you were fat.
It said you're fat.
It didn't. A game popped up that said obese. But it was a game. It was a word in the game.
Yeah, it did. But also before that, it kept popping up with weight loss commercials.
Because we're talking about it.
No, I don't talk about it.
Your phone didn't tell you you were fat.
It told me I was
fat.
No, it's
No.
because it's January, and so all of
It is.
all of the
It has-
advertisements have been going towards losing
It
weight
is.
because that's what
It's
it
not
thinks people want to
you.
see.
Well,
it's
I
people.
sort of buy that, but
Target marketing. It's target marketing. It's not you.
I've expanded my little route that I've been doing. I get here early, and then I
Like
go
a
for my
whole
walk,
hour and a half early.
Yeah, and I'm like, you shouldn't walk there.
which
So
I
she told me, you're not gonna like that. She says, I changed up my route. You're not gonna like my route. But she's begging us to go walking with her. For
So
starters,
she
it's cold.
also told me that, you know, I think I just witnessed a drug deal happen.
And that's why I said, don't take that route.
so now I go a different route that probably has the same amount of drug deals.
Same amount.
But it's longer. My new route is longer, and then it has more hill. So I've been noticing when I'm on the hill that I can get further without feeling like I'm gonna,
Pass out and die.
Well, how come your phone's not saying good job?
It should. Hey.
Because your phone is dying.
It's because your
And
phone
it
doesn't
wants-
know. It's not your phone.
Hey Siri. Oh, she
We
doesn't
set-
like that.
We set her phone up for Siri. She wasn't using Siri.
Yeah.
Do y'all use Siri? I love Siri. I use Siri for everything.
I didn't think I could do Siri.
Siri's the best.
Well, you could. Your phone just had that setting turned off.
Yeah.
So when Jessa was away, I was texting her and was like, hey, so my little earphone thing, what is this?
An earbud?
So the kind that go in and loop over, I like that one. And so Jessa had set them up for me. And then when she was away, it wasn't connecting. So she had to walk me through connecting. And she was like, so you have to charge those.
But you knew that.
I did know that. And so she was like, and then everything is in the drawer.
Well, you were
Was she
leaving
talking
them-
to you like you were her mom?
Well, you were charging them every day for a while until I left, and then I guess you had taken the case off the charger.
Yeah.
And you would put the earbud back in, and the case would recharge the earbud, and then after a while,
it was
the case ran out of.
Wasn't charging
the case ran
anymore.
out.
Yeah, the case ran out of charge.
Yeah, so she's like, you do have to charge the case. So
yeah.
then
Well,
I
there
did
you
that.
go.
But I've been enjoying the walking. I put some music on and then get my hustle going.
That's good. Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling like I have like more ability to
Go further.
Yeah.
You look great.
Thank you.
And I redid our chalkboard.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it adorable? I love the hats on the trees. It's cute. It's winter here.
It's starting to be.
Yeah,
Even
it's
though
cold.
it didn't feel like it today.
Today was like crazy. What was it? 60s.
66.
Right now it's 59 degrees.
Yeah, I was out walking. I took 2 walks, one in the morning, which I was able to wear like a little sweater, although I was quite warm at the end of the walk. And then when I went on my second walk midday, it was too much.
I'm melting. She says, I'm melting.
It's in the 60s. And
It's too hot.
warm.
Yes. I'm burning up.
Well,
Yeah.
oh,
So,
Yes.
we do have to announce a new giveaway
yes.
this
Oh,
podcast.
yes.
I'm excited about
Um,
this one.
So we are
Because you named it.
Yes.
So we had a couple of extra skeins
Mm-hmm.
left over from a special die, and so
Yes.
this is a colorway that will never be repeated. And it's very rare that we die on this base.
It is.
So we are, for the next podcast, so we're not announcing a winner this podcast, but for next podcast, we are going to be giving away these 2 skeins of Arkansas Yarn Company yarn in our plush sport base, which is 100% superwash merino. It's 328 yards per skein, and it's our non-sparkle plush sport.
And
love it.
Anna named it.
I named it Cherry Bonbon.
It's right back into that. I'm surprised you didn't call her raspberry bonbon because it's like that raspberry and chocolate. Stouffer,
But
whatever
it
that was.
definitely makes me want to go get myself a treat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do they have to do to enter this?
I think that you should let us know down in the comments if you do any other crafting
Oh, there you
besides
go.
Yeah.
besides your knitting or crocheting.
Yes.
Because I don't know about y'all, but I feel like once you start crafting, you want to learn all of the crafting. I mean, we've had a lot of people come into the store asking if, telling us that they do tatting and.
Oh, I tried tatting.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
What is
wanna
the
do
other
that.
thing that's similar to tatting?
I don't know.
There's like a little paper.
Oh,
What is that called?
twilling? Twill?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know.
If y'all know what she's talking about, leave us a comment.
Where you roll up the paper and make a
Yes.
design.
Oh, yes.
What is that called?
And those are like the ornaments that Haley gave us for Christmas.
Yeah, like that, but in like smaller,
Mm-hmm.
more dainty looking things.
I know what you're talking about now.
But we would like to know what other crafts y'all do besides
Yeah.
knitting and crocheting.
So,
if you do any other crafting.
If you're interested in winning 2 skeins of sport weight yarn from Arkansas Yarn Company,
One of a
Cherry
kind.
Bonbon, then leave us a message and to enter.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
And we will announce the winner on our next podcast.
Super exciting.
Yes.
Super exciting. We can't wait to see who the winner's going to be.
What are you coming up with, Anneh?
All I see is rolled paper. Okay, tell me what it is.
If y'all know, can you please let us know?
Please let us know. 'Cause
Help!
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna need the help.
Why aren't you telling me?
I
Okay.
do know what you're talking about, and sometimes people use old magazines
Mm-hmm.
to do that, and they make jewelry out of it.
Well, there's some people that are making jewelry out of it. They do it on like cards.
Oh, I
like
wonder if
gift
it's
cards.
quilling.
Quilling
Oh, yes.
is what it is.
It
Okay.
is quilling.
It is quilling.
I was close with twilling.
You were very close.
But that is something that I've noticed around here is that we have had several people say that they tat and quill.
Yes.
So I would like to know what other crafts our viewers are doing.
Yes.
What other craft should we be getting into?
Yes. Give us all of the obsessions.
Yeah. Enable us. Enable us. Yeah. So, well, if that is all,
I think it is.
alrighty. Well, we really appreciate y'all spending time with us. We love it. It makes our hearts happy.
Yes.
Come visit us. Come hang out and knit with us.
Yes.
Crochet with us.
Yeah.
Quill with us.
Maybe.
You can bring your thing.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, come hang out and join us. We love having y'all as part of our knitting group, and we say knitting group because that's what we're used to. But we love having you part of our group, and we can't wait to see you again.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
If you enjoyed our
Yes, I forgot about
podcast,
that.
please give us a thumbs up. And subscribe to our channel because we are going to be doing a massive giveaway when we reach 500
Hey, guess what? We are up to
subscribers.
373 subscribers, so we're getting closer.
We are getting closer.
When we get 500 subscribers, the girls say that I'm going to give y'all a sweater's quantity of yarn.
Special dyed.
Just for you.
Just for you. So invite your friends. Make sure that you subscribe to us because that will help get you an entry into that when we do that giveaway.
Yeah, you have to be a subscriber to win a
Invite your
sweater's
friends,
quantity.
invite your neighbors.
Yeah, y'all please tell everybody you know. We're awesome.
But yeah, we enjoy hanging out with y'all
So
and we're
much.
glad that you come and hang out with us.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a really great day.
We'll see you on the next podcast.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.